So this is my Tesla Model Y, and this is the sexy strip from Enhanced Auto, which is a smart LED light strip for Teslas. And they have recently released an update, version 6.2.1, which has vastly improved the product. So I thought I'll just show you this, because a lot of the issues I had with this product, which I'd mentioned on my review video, just now aren't applicable. So my biggest issue with the light strip was that it was too bright, but they released an update in January and that lowered the brightness. That helped, but we're now in February and they've released this new 6.2.1 update, and that has introduced night modes, and that has transformed it. So we can have a day mode where we can have the LED strip nice and bright, and then at night it will go much lower. So let's just run through these new night modes. Let's just get my mobile there where it's not reflecting so much. So we have got a number of changes in this update. The biggest one is the night mode. So during the day I've got now the brightness at 0 rather than -40, and then by night we can select a completely different sort of color scheme, but I've got it same as day. And we can now set the brightness to -40, which is fantastic. So you can have it nice and bright during the day, but much darker at night. And that has transformed the way the product works. It really has made a huge difference. So there are a few other changes in here. So let's just run through the light effects. So because we've now got day and night modes, I've gone through all my light effects and changed the auto offset to 0. So it stays bright during the day, and the standard night mode will make it go darker. But you can obviously then change the brightness for individual effects. So if you want a particular effect not to sort of stand out quite so much, then obviously you can tweak all of these. So you've got a general brightness for the day, a general brightness at night, and then you've got individual brightness settings for every single animation. But the new thing they've now added is battery conditioning. So here we can add a light effect when your battery is preconditioning, when you're going to a supercharger effectively. And then you've got a light effect when it's heating, and a light effect for when requested. Anyway, if you want to read about it, there we go. That's the text there. The other thing they've changed is your greeting animation now is in the same color as your default color, whereas before it was changing to their preferred color. So at the moment I've got this in yellow, but when I get into the vehicle it does the animation. Actually, I can show you this, can't I? I can play it there. So the animation there is now in the default colour that I want that sexy strip to be in, whereas before that was changing to green, I think. So that's a little improvement as well. There's quite a few new features in this new software which you can read in those release notes there. But under strip configuration, we can now swap left and right hand sides. I don't need to do that, but there was an issue with some cars where the indicators were on the wrong side. We've also got strip info, and it's asking me to enter the software version of the car. Don't know why it's doing that, why we need that, because you would have thought it would read the software version from the car as it's connected to the car. But anyway, let's put my software version in. Currently I'm on 2026.2.3. I'm expecting a new update because they're rolling out Grok in the UK, so I'm expecting that in the next few days. But anyway, that's what I'm currently on, and say OK, and it is now giving me that. Why do I need that? I'm not sure. That's just showing me the current status of the strip. Yeah, it's just showing me strip info. Quite why I need that, I don't know. Maybe that's just for support. And if I go back to strip info, I've got to put the software version in again. So yeah, maybe that is just for support purposes. But anyway, this latest software update has made a huge difference to the Sexy Strip, and I'm really impressed with it. The longer I have this, the more impressed I am with it. And I fixed the issues here with the cable routing and the strip hanging down. I've got a separate video on that. But yeah, I'm very, very impressed. The only thing for me that doesn't work is the color selection at the top. There's 6 color selections. So as you can see, I've got it on sort of goldy yellow color, and I can select any one of these colors, and I can customize these colors by holding on it, which is all good. So I normally actually have it on that sort of purple color, but on the camera that's coming out blue. The only thing I can't do with this is I can't select color number 1. Well, I can select it on the app, but it's not changing on there. And I can change that color, make it any color I like, but it's not changing the light strip. And I noticed when I was using this one day, it did something funny, but since then I've never been able to use color number 1. Don't know why. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, everything else is just brilliant. It would be nice if you could maybe have a different color a different day of the week. Maybe that would be quite a nice function, because after a while you do sort of get bored with the same color. So maybe you could make it cycle through your favorite selection or something. But overall, this is a fantastic product. It's a great enhancement to the Tesla. I love the charging animations you get when you're charging. You can see your battery percentage and your charge rate along the strip. I love the blind spot monitoring. That's a really useful feature. And also on Sentry mode, if someone tries to open the door when the car's locked, I've got this set to flash in red at the highest brightness, so that's a good feature. But yeah, the longer I have this product, the more I am enjoying it. It was really worth the money. If you're looking at buying an LED light strip for your Tesla, just buy the Sexy Strip one from Enhanced. It's so much better than all the others because it's integrated into the car. It's just leagues ahead of the other products. So if you've got the Sexy Strip in your Tesla, do go into the app and do that firmware update. So there we go. I'll leave it there. That's effectively now my second review of the Sexy Strip from Enhanced. If you found it useful, as always, please do click the thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next video. If you like the video, please do click the thumbs up button, and leaving a comment also helps too. Plus, of course, subscribe if you're not. There's the super thanks button if you'd like to go further, especially if a video has saved you time or money. There's over 1,200 videos on the channel, so have a browse, use the search, and have a look at the playlists. And here's 2 videos you may want to check out.